Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 15 of the More Than Macros podcast. Before we get started, remember our disclaimer: the information and opinions shared during this podcast are solely those of any given individual and not a substitute for medical advice. Hey!
Hi, Brandyn!
How are you?
Pretty good. Well, except when I had told you that I was dying after my workout today.
I know. Your picture really looked intense. I was sitting in traffic like,
Guys, if you wanna die one day, do 15-minute AMRAP of 5 burpee box jumps, 7 thrusters at 75, 115, and 9 toes to bar. I got like 9 rounds plus 1, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know. I'm suffering from vertigo. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's workouts like that make you really wish like you had like a long chipper. Like,
I love
because
chippers.
it's those ones where you kind of are going back around and around, and it's like the short ones that just have such a quick pace. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, it was awful, and like I even told Dan, I was like, I am gonna go very slow because like I had just finished doing all my weightlifting programming. I'm just gonna go really slow, but still, it doesn't matter. And being a competitive CrossFitter, I'm still gonna go fast.
You can't help it.
No.
It's like mini golf is supposed to be for fun, but it's not for fun.
No. How are you?
I'm good. Week's off to a good start. We actually had a psychic medium come over the house on Friday night.
Oh my god, I would love that.
So I'm still recovering. We had like a kind of a long weekend. I mean, he didn't end up leaving until like 2:45, and I mean, of course, then we had to sit around and chat about things. I mean, I didn't go to bed until like 3:30, which, if anybody knows me, is well past my bedtime. But really, really cool. And I actually recorded. So we did 2 things. So they did like, I mean, I guess like it's kind of like if you host like a Tupperware party, I guess. Okay. I don't think people still host Tupperware parties though.
Like they do like wine nights.
Yeah, it's like how you get like a free like Tupperware set. Like, so as a host, you got a free reading. But myself, I actually hosted it at my house, but my coworker knew the person who set it up. So we decided, one of my roommates kind of has heard things in our house. We've had a couple people see things in our house. So we decided as a group that it was only fair that instead of anybody getting a free reading, we use the free reading on the house. And then each do individual readings as well. So needless to say, it was crazy. I recorded it all, so really exciting.
That's gonna be in your YouTube.
Yes, the house reading, by the time this comes out, will have actually been on my YouTube yesterday. Okay. So needless to say, it was crazy. So it went from like calm, normal to nutty, burning Ouija boards and all of that stuff. I mean,
gosh, we should do a podcast on that one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So fun.
It was really, really crazy.
That would be a good Halloween episode.
Yes. So it was fun. He was really cool. But yeah, I mean,
wow.
Yeah. Gives you a lot to kind of think about. Don't play with Ouija boards, people. Don't do it. So what is new with you? I feel like, I mean, it's been a little while since we've actually been computer face-to-face here.
Yeah. A lot's going on right now. Revamping my entire website, so hopefully that comes out the first or second week of October. I am working with a certain television network. I can't like say much about it, but we're just hoping and praying to the universe that it's a go.
Too bad I didn't know about this before Friday. I could have asked for you.
No. Let's see, what else? I think I'm like 2 weeks out from the Miami Classic, so that's pretty fun. And I just did my 6-week check-in with my weight cut for the American Open, and that's actually going pretty well. I think I've already dropped like 6 pounds. I'm not suffering yet. Like I'm not hungry. I'm still eating like close to 200 carbs still, and like decent amount of fat. The day before I checked in for my weight, I had 1.5 slices of pizza. So pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, hey. Gotta love that. Was the 6-week one the one that was your last video?
No, that was my 4-week.
Okay.
So this video is gonna come out this coming Friday.
Sweet.
Yes.
Sweet. Yes. Exciting. So and now how many weeks out total are you from?
10.
10.
I'm 10 weeks out from the American Open. And then like another like some news, if what I'm doing with that network works out, I don't know if I'll be able to do the American Open, which kind of blows because the American Open's on the 10th and filming ends mid-December.
Mm-hmm.
But when I spoke with them about it, because, of course they asked, like, my schedule, like, if there's anything that conflicts, and I told them about the American Open, and they said that they would be willing to, like, fly me out for that day to lift, but they don't understand, like, that's not how it works. Like, I need to get in, like, the zone for lifting and, like, still be training, so I'll find out, I guess, like, the end of October, like, if I do get it, if I can still even do the American Open, if I can still train for it. One of the hosts, he's really into CrossFit, so I'm hoping that I would have time to train because I'm sure he's going to want to train too, so yeah. I mean, I might have time. If I have like 2 hours in a day to myself, then I can get it done. And what's great is that my coach is in the same location, so
that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So that actually might play your favor.
It might, yeah.
Cool. Oh my goodness. So much. I swear, so much going on. I'm so excited. Can't even contain it. And I'm not even you. I mean.
Well, thank you.
Anything else we kind of want to touch on before we get started? I guess I'll jump in there. Sorry. So if you did not see Instagram last week or anything like that, our YouTube channel is finally freaking up after many attempts. Third time was a charm. We actually talked a little bit midweek, so you can find us, search More Than Macros on YouTube. Please subscribe, please like, please share, all of that fun stuff. Like I mentioned before, all of our kind of like a show notey type stuff. I also put all of our links to Riki's social media, my personal social media, More Than Macros stuff, our YouTube channels are all going to be in the notes under our YouTube video. So anytime we reference like, hey, we're going to have a link to this or a link to that or whatever, check there because, I mean, I'm not going to put them on like the posts per se, which is on More Than Macros. It's just kind of be a host for the podcast, but any note type of thing is going to be on our YouTube. But I'm still trying to make it a little prettier, I guess, and add some cover art. But it's really annoying because, I mean, I used Canva or whatever the hell it's called. Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's like, oh, use this template. Well, the template doesn't fucking fit. I mean, it stretches. I'm like, why is it a template for a YouTube cover when it's not the actual dimensions for a YouTube cover? Listen, folks, get it together. I mean, it drives me nuts because I'm like, oh, I actually think I may have actually put one up there for us. I don't know. I just found something and threw something up.
Or about this? If anybody out there like listening or watching, and you're like really good at that kind of stuff, you want to help us out, maybe Brandon and I will give you free macros.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
What a good idea, Riki.
Yeah. Do it, people. Want free macros? Let's do a trade. Let's barter.
Let's do it. I love it. That was always my favorite section on Craigslist. What could I barter? So, and we are actually, because when we record these, we record in video, and then before I was switching them over to extracting the audio out for the podcast. So luckily for everybody, I believe I still have the majority of our videos. So I believe we're actually going to be, I mean, and I'm not going to put a time frame on this because right now things are crazy on her end, things are crazy on my end. So, and some videos are obviously going to be a little bit easier to kind of edit and pop up there than others. But we are planning on putting like archived issues or episodes up there as well. So, I mean, not only will we be putting out our new episodes every Thursday on there, as well as iTunes and Stitcher, but we're going to be kind of sporadically putting our back episodes on, unless for some reason there was an issue with video quality or whatever. I mean, so it may not be all of them, but I'm confident that we have the large majority in solid video. So pretty cool there. So exciting things for us. Anything else you want to touch on before we jump into a topic?
No, we can go on to the topic if you want.
Okay. So this week it's been, I think, a little while since we've done like an actual topic episode.
Yeah.
So this week I've been wanting to kind of talk about this for a little while, and I didn't know whether I was going to use it as like a topic on a vlog or something like that, but I figured this was kind of like a good kind of two-way conversation, and I think that a lot of people can benefit from it. So I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about mindset and kind of self-confidence sort of issue stuff, like kind of, I mean, I know, and like kind of how it can get in everybody's ways, how to get it out of your way, that sort of stuff. So, do you want me to kind of jump in?
Yeah, you go first, and
I'll kick it. I'll punt it. Speaking of, Green Bay's 2-1 right now, so yay. So I first and foremost, I really kind of want to. I feel like people obviously have like a little bit of a skewed vision of some of this stuff by looking at pictures on Instagram and all of that. And I mean, listen, I am by no means downplaying the social media world. I love social media. I post on it. You post on it all the time. I mean, we're all in that world. I mean, we're all a part of it. But I think that some people just kind of get a little bit of a skewed vision of like, if they see somebody that they believe is like beautiful and like, I mean, great body, like nothing, no acne or anything like that. I mean, I think, and they automatically transfer that to that person's super confident and they're all of this sort of stuff. And I mean, that's not necessarily true. I mean, just like we talk about, I mean, lighting can change a lot of shit and so can some editing apps. So, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, talk about how long it takes them to get a picture. I don't know who has that much damn time to get a freaking picture. Maybe I just actually don't care all of that much. So when you see pictures of me,
yeah,
the most you're getting out of me is a freaking filter. And I mean, even sometimes that, I'm like, no. So I mean, but I just think that some people get a little bit of a skewed vision of that, and then it in turn affects their self-confidence. I mean, because obviously you're comparing yourself to these people, and I think that the biggest point I want to make is I feel like self-confidence is one of those things that you constantly, it's almost like it's like a muscle that you have to really massage. I mean, I'm 30 and I feel like up until recently, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you don't care like what people think about you and that sort of stuff. And I mean, and it's something that I tell myself regularly, like if I'm going out like dancing. And I mean, I can dance. So I mean, I'm just saying. But it's one of those things that always gets in your head, but you're like, I don't know these people. Like, why should I care? Like,
when are you gonna see them again?
Yeah, like I will never see them again. And if they happen to see me, hopefully they subscribed or they are watching our YouTube channel right now. So hey, but I mean, like, why let what somebody else is possibly thinking about you? Possibly. Yeah. I mean, and the possibility is really narrow that they are even looking at you, thinking about you, get in your way of
people are worried about themselves. So
yeah. Okay. Oh my God. They're thinking the same freaking thing as you. Even if you look at them and they're like, God, they're freaking awesome. They're beautiful. Absolutely. Like they've got to be so confident. They're probably looking at me like I'm some schlep over here who has no moves. Not me.
I just so to add on to that, like I'll post a picture or whatever, and like someone will be like say like your goals, like how people say that, hashtag goals, or I want to be like you, and it's like no, like be you. You don't want to be me. Like
I do actually.
You don't like everybody only sees what I want you to see on my Instagram, but you don't know like the problems that I have at home, or I don't know, like you don't know half the things that I do. So it's just, I think that's why like on YouTube, I think that's why I definitely started my YouTube channel, is because like I know I have a decent following. I mean, definitely not as big as like some people out there. I mean, people have like, in the 100,000s.
Yeah.
But, I still have like a good chunk of people that are following me, and I don't want them to think of me as goals, or because I'm still a work in progress. Like I'm forever a work in progress.
Yeah.
And so I think so when I started my YouTube channel, I just wanted to keep it very real and raw. And like, I'm so happy that like my last check-in video, that a lot of women especially were able to relate to it, because I was, about to start my period and all that. And I will show you my roles. Like, sure, like this picture, like the pictures that I just took with Erica Lavodi are amazing. Yeah. She did do some photoshopping because I had bruises on my thighs. So she did take that away, but that's the only photoshopping that we did. But anyway, like they're so great and so gorgeous, and I love them. And like, I love the way my body looks on them. But that's not what I look like every day. In my YouTube video, if you saw, like I was grabbing my stomach and shaking my rolls because like I just felt jiggly, and that's me every day. So it's not what's going to get a lot of likes on Instagram. So that's why a lot of us stay away from that. And I mean, isn't that what we're there for Instagram, especially if we have a business? Like, we want more followers and we want more likes because we want more money.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that, like, saying a work in progress is so key. I mean, because, like I'm saying, like, I say that I don't care what people think about me. But again, I do. I mean, and there are certain situations where I certainly, that's much more in the front of my mind, where it is like not in the back of my mind. Like if I go somewhere and I'm dancing or whatever and being a goofball or whatever, truthfully, honestly, I really don't care if people are looking at me. They have before, because hello, I mean, life of the party. I mean, I hope people are not taking me seriously and being like, what a dick this guy is. No. It's so funny. You've just got to have fun with it. But, I mean, there are certain situations where, I mean, I am much more self-conscious. And I mean, it is not only every day, but every situation, trying to be more conscious about that and kind of fighting through it. And I think that that's what I would tell people out there, to just take each situation, and when you see yourself, really evaluate, I mean, is it something that you really should be caring what people are thinking about you? I mean, obviously, if it's something that could be affecting your health or your family or something like that, I mean, maybe it's something you shouldn't actually be doing. But I mean, I'm saying if it is something that you are just like getting in your own way of, maybe it is something worth reevaluating. I mean, I know, for instance, as a gay man, Kevin and I don't walk down the street holding hands. I mean, it's something that we never really did. I grew up in a small town. He grew up in right where we are now, which is like a suburb outside of Philadelphia. So I mean, it's not like we ever grew up in a city where that was quote unquote accepted. And I mean, it's something that I would like to have kids one day. So it's something that is much more in the forefront of my mind now. And just being a little more aware of, like, there's situations where, like, okay, we're in a store and, like, not even just like an affectionate thing, but like I would like put my hand like on his back, like to like move him like even out of the way, like move, I'm trying to get some deodorant or something. Like, but you have that in your head. So I mean, it's something that's kind of where I am more now, like just trying to fight through that, because it's like I don't want, if I do have a kid, for a kid to kind of be able to see that transaction in my head, like that's not, like, your two dads aren't okay, like, but those people over there holding hands are okay. And I mean, and I'm not saying I'm gonna be grabbing his hand and skipping down the street tomorrow either. I mean, that's probably not, it's not us. I mean, you have to be genuine to you. But I mean, whether it's body image or something along those lines, I mean, you have to kind of evaluate what is important for you, and just make yourself a little more conscious of it, and just, it is a daily and situational kind of make a stride to get better. Just like each meal, don't like have a better meal. Like if you're trying to go towards a goal, like have a meal that's going to get you towards that goal. In with a self-confidence thing, create an action that is going to get you towards that goal.
Yeah. I like
that. Yeah. God, I feel like I'm talking a lot this episode.
Yeah, no, it was a good one. Like, I was just gonna be like, dude, follow Afro Brutality, because that guy gives no fucks, and that's how we should all be. But seriously, like, sin, like, I truthfully, like, you guys should really, I mean, Sin from Afro Brutality, he's very controversial, but he speaks a lot of truth, and a lot of his quotes, like, I love them. I absolutely love them, and they're very vulgar, but that's how I feel, like, you know, it's really give no fucks about, like, what people think or say about you. Just do you, and because at the end of the day, it's only you.
Yeah.
That's, you know, like, you are your number one cheerleader. So that's the only person that you can count on.
Yeah. Yeah. When it comes down to it, when you're on your deathbed, those people aren't going to be giving a fuck then. So, I mean, you got to give a fuck about you. Like, that's what it comes down to. So, do we want to end on that? I mean, I feel like we gave some realness there.
Yeah. Especially you have some attitude. I loved it.
Do you see that neck thing? That's just a preview of my awesome dance moves.